They don't need chains to bind you. They don't need cages to trap you. The strongest control doesn't feel like control at all. It feels like desire. It feels like choice. You say, I decided, but did you, or were you guided? Real control is quiet. It hides inside what you want. We like to believe we're rational, that we choose because it makes sense. But most days, craving sets the route, and reason writes the map after the fact. That's the trick. Make you feel autonomous while your impulses are being orchestrated by a person, a brand, a system. The leash isn't leather, it's longing. And when control wears the mask of freedom, almost no one notices. Seduction doesn't drown you in attention, it rations it. A message, then silence. Approval, then absence. Warmth, then cold. Your nervous system learns the rhythm and starts chasing the next hit. Psychologists call it intermittent reinforcement, the most addictive schedule there is. You don't become hooked on the person, you get hooked on the cycle. That's why people return to relationships that hollow them out, swear off a product, then buy it again, defend leaders who drain them. Uncertainty amplifies craving. Craving overrides judgment. Judgment arrives late to justify the craving. Once desire is captured, the seduction deepens. It stops asking, "What do you want?" and starts answering, "Who are you?" We are mirror-hungry creatures. We ache to be seen, to have someone reflect the version of ourselves we most want to believe. The seducer studies your wounds and mirrors your ideal. Only with me do you become your true self. It feels like destiny. It's dependency. Slowly you shift from "I want them" to "I am nothing without them." Boundaries blur. Your voice quiets. You spend more energy maintaining the reflection than living your reality. Autonomy shrinks in the glow of borrowed identity. To keep you, they curate your past. You're fed a highlight reel, a perfect weekend, a rare compliment, a single breakthrough meeting. The mind edits, minimizing the injury, maximizing the exception. It wasn't that bad. It will get better. Memory is elastic. Suggestion stretches it. When someone controls what you remember, they control what you expect. And when they control expectation, they steer your next decision. This isn't weakness. It's how the human story gets written when you let someone else hold the pen. This pattern scales. Institutions have always played the same duet: promise and fear. Paradise later if you comply now. Safety if you stay afraid. Freedom if you keep buying. The narrative binds identity to obedience. Good believer, good citizen, good employee. The badge says virtue. The function is control. Whole cultures can be kept hungry with carefully portioned hope, reverent slogans, and the constant whisper, "Without us, you are nothing." The deepest leash is the one you praise. When obedience feels moral and rebellion feels evil, you police yourself. Call it herd morality. Call it borrowed virtue. It teaches you to love being small and to bless your own chains. History repackages sacrifice as holiness, compliance as loyalty, endurance as nobility, especially when those above benefit. Nothing seduces like the belief that suffering makes you good. You'll surrender your freedom if you think it proves your worth. So how do you step outside the script? Name the hook. Where are you being rationed? Who uses warmth withdrawal to keep you chasing? Say it plainly. Starve the schedule. Intermittent reinforcement dies without your participation. Stop rewarding inconsistency with attention. Reclaim the mirror. Write a page that begins, "I am," in your own words. Identity is a practice, not a permission slip. Audit the memory. Make a full ledger of the past, both the good and the harm. Reality, not the highlight reel. Rewrite the rules. List 3 virtues you were taught that keep you small. Replace each with a value you can live, measure, and defend. Choose costly truth. Freedom has a price. Fewer crowds, cleaner boundaries, quieter approval. Pay it gladly. Practice sovereignty daily. 1 decisive sentence, 1 boundary enforced, 1 refusal to chase. Repeat until it's who you are. This is the work Nietzsche dared people to attempt. To create values rather than inherit them. To live from chosen principles rather than seductive scripts. It's difficult. It's lonely at first. But it's the only path where your life is actually yours. They don't need chains to bind you. They only need your cravings, your mirrors, your borrowed morals. But once you see the pattern, you can't unsee it. Desire is powerful, direct it. Identity is plastic, shape it. Morality is drafted, author it. Most will keep choosing comfort and call it goodness. A few will choose self-mastery and call it life. If you're one of the few, let today be the quiet revolt. Stop chasing the rationed reward, break the pretty script, and stand inside values you wrote for yourself. Not because it's safe, not because it's approved, because, for the first time, it's free.